right, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Mike Bielat.
And when did you start at AOL?
I was the one of the first original 30 people that worked in AOL in Tucson.
When was
that?
That
was 1993, 1994.
That's pretty good. I can't ever remember dates. So when's the first time that you ever used or saw a computer?
Oh gosh, that would be before AOL. I worked at IBM in the computer repair center, the personal computer repair center. Never saw one before that until I went through the actual training on what a power supply was, what a system board was, what memory cards were, what memory chips were.
Wow, so that was like teaching education all in one package, huh?
Oh, very, very much so. At the time, the largest hard drive was 10 meg.
And it took up a room?
It took up one-third of the computer, actually.
Okay, when's the first time that you owned a computer?
First time I owned one was when IBM actually came out with a promotion, half price for what they called a PC Junior.
I remember those.
Yeah, it was a little junior-sized computer with every memory card or any extra that you wanted to add on and screwed onto the side. And before long, I went from not knowing what a computer would be for to I think having my share of all kinds of computer games.
Right.
Ones I could plug into my TV.
And was that before or after working at IBM? That was after working at IBM?
That was during working at IBM. Yeah.
Okay, the next one's a little deeper. How has technology changed your life?
It really has enriched my life, and I think I'm speaking. Well, it can go two ways. I'm speaking more like anytime I have a question about how to do something. I'm a do-it-yourselfer. So anytime I have a question about how to do something, somebody has already put that up onto YouTube. So I know I can see that.
I fixed many a cars recently doing the same thing.
Man, my son has installed speakers and radios and stuff like that. I have refinished guitars through the courtesy of YouTube. So from a knowledge standpoint, yeah, it's really enriched my life. Nice. From a communications standpoint, I can send emails to my dad, emails to everybody, instant message, chatting, you name it. It's handy for you when you want to be in a conversation with someone, but you want it to be a very short one.
Right.
So it is, let's say, shortened the miles, bridged the miles, whether it be cross country or, we talked to my son when he was in Mexico on their honeymoon.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too that somebody had mentioned earlier tonight that I don't talk on my phone. When I talk on my phone, it's important. When you were saying you talk to your son when he's down there, you can talk to him, but you can still just chat.
Right.
You use it. The communication's different.
Yeah.
A little bit. So what do you expect from future technology?
Well, what I expect is that it will be either more secure than it is, or at least, I expect it to be more secure than it is. Too many folks are figuring out how to get through firewalls, how to hack systems, and I don't have a good feeling right now that we know how to make things bulletproof. We don't know how to make the systems bulletproof yet.
Yeah, and there's so much of our information wrapped up in technology. So, what did you not see coming?
What I did not see coming was that pretty much all of my personal information is made accessible to the public. It's no longer private. For example, and I was just reading about this today, but let's say in the morning, if I'm looking up maybe different types of guitars to purchase or different types of tools to sand the guitars with, pretty much the same day, if I log on to Facebook, one of the ads is going to be about a sander or a type of guitar.
The fact they follow you from site to site to
That's
site.
Correct. And just this morning when I was walking the dog and reading my phone as I walked the dog,
Right.
I read an article about where to go on Facebook to shut those things up, to find out how many apps you have unknowingly enabled to track all of your habits.
And like you were talking about security earlier too, that's going to become more and more important. But the problem is, that I've found personally is that, yeah, Facebook has always had this big list of settings. Every page you go to has a big group of settings. Your operating system has a big group of settings. But people don't go in there and change it. Mm-hmm. So by default, it's all a matter of what's turned on and what's turned off, So there might be a setting to turn it off, but you don't necessarily know that.
Right. And how many times, if you're installing a program, do you just click OK, until your program starts?
Oh, now somebody owns your house.
Yeah. Now it's part of your operating system. Now it's going to boot up every time. Yeah.
So here's the last one for you, Mike. So how did AOL change your life?
It helped. I would say, for one, it helped usher me into the age of the internet. It gave me a feeling of great pride because I was riding the wave, with a company that was making worldwide news.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I met a lot of people. I made a lot of contacts, whether it be in Tucson or across the United States. And it's broadened my horizon quite a bit.
Nice, and it's so funny the skill sets that we've all learned while we were there too. It's awesome.
Well, for myself, actually, that's where I first got into management. So
right,
I learned a lot.
We all do every day.
I learned a lot.
All right, so one more time, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Mike Bielat.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.